All right. Can y'all hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
All right, good. We got some volume. Okay. Someone popped in. I got one person, one like. Hello, how are you? I don't know who you are, but let's have some fun tonight. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Can you hear me all right? Dis, how are you? T. Neil, can you guys hear me good? Max Collins, all right, you can hear me good. All righty. How are you, T. Neil? How'd you like the upload I did the other day for you, T. Neil, with all those Australian Dogman encounters? I thought you'd like those. What's up, Dis here? Max Collins, T. Neil, Kathy. Hey, Suze, how are you? Lake Superior girl? Wolf Song, what's going on? Lead Patriot, what's up? Sele, Dodgers, that's right. No cap, Dean, how are you? Awesome, awesome. What's up, Monty? Hey, Kakalina. I hope I said that right. What's up, Jeff? Yeah, my fourth was all right. Didn't do much. Just launched some fireworks in the backyard real quick and called it a night. Hey, Donna. What's up, Joe? How are you? Susan. Yes, I did get your email there. My brother. What's up, Dave? Savage Lunatic. Keith, how are you? Keith is in the house. Oh, Joe, I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss. I have no idea what you mean by that, Asley. I'm glad you're here too, hippie girl. Glad you're here too. Joe, I'm glad that you're here with us. I'm so sorry that you had a loss. Awesome. I'm glad I pronounced your name right. Good. Well, at least he's not suffering anymore. And, it was probably as bad as it sounds for the best at that point. Cancer is no joke. Oh, okay. Now you have a Caltech shoddy or can New York? Yes, I do. I have the Caltech in New York. Sorry. Yes. Asley, yes, I got the KS7. I was gonna do the one with the 14, but it's heavier, and I like light. Yeah, absolutely. California, how are you? Donna, how are you? Kelly? Hey, Sonia. Yeah, a lot of people lost a lot of people lost their relatives during the pandemic, and it was a lot of different things going on in there. Hey Troy, how are you? I did get your email, Troy and Joy. Um, I'll email back to you a little bit later about what I think of those. Rita Robinson, how are you? RH, what up? I'm doing well, John. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. We got 71 people already. That's awesome. I still have not seen T Bolt in a while. Worried about T Bolt. T Bolt has been with me for a long time. What's up, Squatchin' Hood? Yes, please hit that like button. We're only at like a 25% ratio. That's no good. Come on, folks. Come on, folks. Rockin' Reef, Sully. What's up, UK Dogman? Damien, I got your email. Just want to let you know I did get your email. Just got it. Awesome. Thanks, No Cap Bussin'. Yeah, it's crazy. I went yesterday when I went to talk to my buddy who I went to school with, Max Collins. Thank you so much. Thank you for blessing me. Michael Middleton, how are you? So anyway, yesterday I went and talked to my friend who is the chief of police in South Glens Falls, and the police officer who was on duty came out too because he had heard me talking, and he's like, Jeff, what's up? And he's like, dude, I turned so many people onto your channel. I have so much fun. I'm like, that's awesome. T-Bolt has erased everything off his stuff. Keith, do you have his email? Were you ever in touch with him at all? Hey, Janie, how are you? What's up, Bob F? Caden? Donna, thank you so much. Thank you for the blessings. Yeah, Teresa, you're not late. We're only 7 minutes into this. What's up? Lucifer Jesus. Juno? Gina? I apologize for not getting to you this week, Jane. I actually didn't get to anybody. I had a shitty kind of week. What's up, Naz? Bart, how are you? I tried to, Dis. I really did. I really did. What painting, Bob F? I don't know what you're talking about. The one behind me? It's right there. Immunity Zero, how are you, brother? How you been? Holy cow. One of my favorite creepypasta narrators, Immunity Zero. I hooked on him. Miss him so much. Oh my God, wow. Thanks for joining us from Florida, my friend. What's up, C? Girlfriend with I hope you do. I really hope you do. You're very missed, Immunity. Oh, you're in Cali. Nice. Nice. If you guys have never heard, if you guys are into creepypasta and you just want something to listen to just for, shits and giggles, Immunity Zero is an amazing narrator, underappreciated. Started at the same time I did. Swamp Donkey started with him. And what's up, buddy? And just really, I don't know why he kind of slipped under the cracks, but it's BS. Hang on, I got to shut the door. My cat walked in. Oh, yeah. Buddy wants to say hi. What's up, buddy? Say hi to everybody. Look at that big son of a bitch. Whoa. Boom. I know he's got more of a fan club than I do. So funny. Randall Kennedy. Yes, I am doing well. Yes, Bart. He is a Maine Coon. His head is as big as mine. Nez, I'd love to have a painting from you, my brother. I definitely would. It'd go right up in the studio. Soak, you're not late. Don't worry about it. You're here. You're here, my friend. What's up, D. Hemingway? How are you? Scott Ray? Always immunity, always. What do you think? He's always popping his head in, man. He's always coming in during these. He's like, dad's talking to somebody. Let's see. What's up, alligator horse? Rock him steady. Caden. I did say hi to Caden. All right. I think it's best not having, even though Jane's the mod, but she's like the channel's godmom. I think it's best not having a moderator because then I have to say hi to everybody. Otherwise, I feel like a big dick. What's up, Sammy? Andy Davis is in the house. BGFF. I got a shitload of stuff we can talk about tonight. Look at this. I got a stack of stuff. So I did look into Victor is not doing his book. I am doing Victor's book, Bart. James, how are you? And it didn't, it was supposed to get released 2 years ago. I put out old uploads from him, just so anything that you're hearing is older uploads to introduce you guys to him, the new people. What's up, big dog? I know, Sonia. Buddy, stop it. He's freaking biting his toenails off. Tiggy. Such an idiot. Yes, Dogman, UK man. No, I don't, alligator horse. No. William Menendez, how are you? MS? MS, what's your question? There is honestly no way of trimming his nails. So he has this big like scratch thing. He has one downstairs and one upstairs, and he just scratches the shit out of it. So we find he'll attack me if I try to cut his fingernails, or if I even put water near him, he will bite me because he's a jerk. What's up, War Angel? Welcome to your first live stream. Ginny, how are you? I didn't see you pop in. Hope you're doing well. What's this? Boop, boop. Missed something real quick. Something about Cadis Cove. Are dogmen always violent? Not from what I've heard. I don't really think they're violent. I'd have to say they more or less want to instill fear in people. He weighs 41 pounds. Thank you, Dogman, UK man. What's up, Charlie Knight? How's it going? And so I think that they like to instill fear on people. They always attack. I don't think they attack for purpose reasons. The dude, how are you? Nothing from Kentucky lately. Thanks, Immunity. I really appreciate that, man. You probably don't have your same phone number, do you, anymore? Because I got your old one still. If you still got my email me. I'd like to get in touch with you. Can't wait to hear what you got in store for us tonight. Vang, you're the man. How are you? What's up, KHR797? San Bernardino. Teresa, how are you? Yeah, I really think they get the kicks out of scaring people. They like to, I think they like to attack animals more than human beings. Like with like Meeker, Colorado and stuff like that. Okay, all right, Immunity. All right, good stuff. And someone put in no, Rockin' Steady. No one. This is the right team right here. This is the team that you need. Jane remembers Immunity Zero. I know Jane remembers Immunity. What's up, Quinn? My dad is doing better. He's actually took a couple steps 2 or 3 days ago, above, like, faster than he was supposed to. Pitch black headlamp, felt relaxed, like so high at night on edge. Yeah, that's crazy, Xander. So you felt good in the Rocky Mountains, but then you went to Ohio and you had, it's the East Coast has got some. I think they just like to mess with us over on the East Coast. 146 people, 59 likes. Come on. We're still at like a third. What's up, Mark Major Surf? Ever have it? Mark, yes, I've had my own encounter. I've had many paranormal experiences. I had my own Dogman encounter in upstate New York where I live. That's why I started the channel. Like, just, I started it doing, readings and stuff. And then I just kind of started doing paranormal and encounters. Hey, Pearl, how are you? Immunity, you got to send me a freaking email, brother, because I want to have you on. I'd love to have you on and share that experience. That would be so awesome. So I got this really interesting encounter to start the night with. And then we'll move on from there and have some fun. We'll talk movies. We'll talk music. We'll talk whatever y'all want to talk. All right, so we all know that the Ute Native Americans were nearly wiped out by the Navajo, right? And during the Ute and Navajo wars, the Navajo used skinwalkers almost as like a surveillance tactical team. Not what we consider they were draped in the like in hides and stuff. They used poison. This is actually, and also for those of you guys who remember, I love talking about this. The Ute hunter who was sitting outside of Skinwalker Ranch, and he was hunting, saw a portal open and saw some sort of weird creature come out. I have a really awesome and just a plain strange experience to share with y'all right now. So here we go. I have a very unbelievable story to share with you. I don't know if you're familiar with the Skinwalker Ranch over here in Ohio. Hang on a second. I have a very unbelievable story to share with you. I don't know if you are familiar with Skinwalker Ranch over here in Utah. I have a close relative that is pretty much the UFO guy in that area. He's been telling me these stories ever since I was a little kid. I've been out on that ranch several times, and I was out there in the spring of 2013 and nothing happened. We went around the ranch areas and nothing happened. We went home, and on Saturday night, something did happen, which I later found out through my UFO relative. There were some native kids driving in a tall truck about 8 foot high, and they went up into the gate to this UFO ranch. They said that they had seen an orb of light appearing in the window off of the gate, and I guess they turned on their lights or they turned on their engine because they got scared. Then it had an even brighter light, and it went over their truck, and these kids, well, something hit their truck. These kids got scared, so they went down to the main road and got out, which is, I'm guessing, 3/4 of a mile. They got out to look at the damage that was done to the truck, and for some reason, the driver decided to be the passenger, and the passenger was the driver. Apparently, there were some girls with them in the truck. Well, once they got back into the truck, this is where things get very unbelievable. A creature grabbed one of the kids, who was the driver and is now the passenger, and pulled him out of the truck. It threw him around like a rag doll, bit him on his legs several times, and clawed him. Long story short, somehow this kid got back into his truck, and one of the kids took a picture of the creature. No image provided. They got scared. They were able to get back into the truck, drove down the road, and talked to the Ute Indian police because it was on the reservation. The Ute police said there was nothing they could do about it because they're all very well aware of the Skinwalker Ranch. The next day, which would have been a Sunday, they contacted my relative, the UFO relative, and went down there to investigate. Meanwhile, there was a shaman's wife and the shaman blessing the kids that were involved. My relative said that he had seen the picture on his cell phone of the creature. He also saw the damage of the truck. There was a scratch into the truck, and he saw the damage done to the kid and the bite marks. Now, what was very unbelievable for me to hear, the crazy thing about all this, a few months ago, I worked at the hospital, and one of my patients was actually a shaman's wife. She was the one that was there at that time when the relative was there to investigate. She told me exactly what my relative said, but in greater detail. The creature that she described, and also my relative said, had to be a tall creature because he would hold this kid out of the window that was at least 8 foot tall. The creature had horns or long ears. It had reddish hair. It had a human-like face, but the mouth was distorted, and it came out kind of like a muzzle. It had claws, but also it had wings. So my question is to you, and I asked my UFO relative, was this a skinwalker? And he said, no, this is something totally different. And I also asked the shaman's wife, and she agreed as well. So, as we know, portals exist. We've talked about portals many times. I think what these kids ran into was something that probably popped out of one of those portals and was definitely not happy. T. Neal, Skinwalker Ranch is in Utah. What's up, Robert Sharp? How are you? That's crazy, Alligator Horse. I used to have a sub that was, I don't know if he's still a sub or not because I haven't heard from him in a while. But he lived on the Ute Res. Very nice guy to talk to me about like Skinwalker Ranch. He lived in a trailer, and they had some trailers set up on their property. They had like a couple old busted up shitty ones and some ones that were fairly decent, livable. And at one night there was some like large canine like creature that chased them through their property. They ended up hiding in one of the very busted up old shitty trailer, and thank God they ended up living. But yeah, really crazy. DL Hemingway, Skinwalker's man-sized, supposedly. I guess. I don't know. Anything I've ever heard, they are man-sized because supposedly they're a shapeshifter. But the Ojibwe have their own kind of version of the Skinwalker called the Bear Walker, and very interesting. If you ever look into that, it's very cool. My portal experience had black magic, found it many years. Portal. Absolutely, absolutely, Andy Davis. Rockin' steady, you maniac, you. What's up, Animal Kill? Hang on, I want to see this. Yeah, let's hear that theory, Bart. Please. Dude, do dogmen resemble Van Helsing werewolf? What I saw did not. But what people have seen, they do. Trying to email you. Did it come through? Yes, it did, Randall. And I'm going to be calling you because you attached your phone number to it. Back in the 70s, we made it. Max Collins, holy shit. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Animic. Am I saying that right? Animici Aqua? Animici Aqua. I hope I say that right. Yeah, definitely, Robert Sharp. They're definitely not anything to mess with. Jeff, DL, Douglas Lloyd. Didn't I call you D Hemingway? I'll just go with D. All right. Anna McKee. Okay. Thank you so much. Sorry if I like. I did not want to upset you in any way. Yeah, it's so hard to find, Kathy Hayes. It's like virtually impossible to find. I think the only way I'll have the ability to find it is if I do reach out to those people, which I'm kind of not wanting to. Pearl Green, holy shit! Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Mr. Rollins, what's going on, my friend? Have not talked to him. William, in 2 or 3 weeks, to be honest with you. Karen versus Dogman. Well, it depends on the Karen. Now, if we're talking Walmart Karen, I'd have to go with the Walmart Karen over Dogman. But if we're talking like your atypical California Karen, I'd have to say Dogman would bite her head off and shit right down her throat. But Walmart Karen, every day. Every goddamn day. Charlie, no, I have not. But that's why I put out those midnight bonuses out for y'all. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. My grandma. Southern Karen wins because she outweighs the Dogman by 200 pounds. Holy shit. Florida Karen. Instead of Florida Man, Florida Karen attacks Dogman and wins. Literally starts pegging the Dogman. All right, nice. That sounds good. What if she's a Karen hair? Oh no, Kathy, I thought you were asking me like about me trying to find the book. There's a Halloween or Black House in Poughkeepsie that Anton LaVey lived at for the longest time. It burnt down, but I guess they rebuilt it or did something else. There's a house there, and I think that's the only way I'll ever find the book. I need the book. I really need it. I've never wanted something material wise ever as much as I want this book. And I can't find it anywhere. Like, I have a lot of books that mean a lot to me. Like, I have the original Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. I have an original printing of Abby Hoffman's Steal This Book, and a couple of other ones that are just super rare. But I need the Anton LaVey How to Become a Dogman or Werewolf, excuse me. There were 3 scientists at Skinwalker Ranch when the thing came out. Was that on the TV show, Bart? Because I don't really buy the TV show. Aramek, it's How to Become a Werewolf by Anton LaVey. What's up, Fry Wolf? Like the name, Fry Wolf. Fry are good boots. That's a good theory, Bart. I believe the aliens projected that portal in the sky like a hologram. Maybe. I know that the alien, or I don't know, I hate using alien because like that sounds like when we hear the term alien, everyone automatically thinks outer space, right? But what if wouldn't they be still classified as an alien if they came from another dimension? They're alien to us. You know what I mean? Sandhoff. It is a cool book. Okay, I'm going to tell you a funny story. All right. So, me and my illustrious criminal background. So, I was house sitting and dating this girl, and she was house sitting. And they had this lady had these like 3 miniature collies. And so she had this beautiful house. It was freaking huge. And she had like this one room that was like a library. And he's 4, Rob, 4 years old. And so I walk into the room, and I'm looking at all the books, and Abby Hoffman's book, Steal This Book. And I was like, okay, brr. And then I ended up finding they had this weird room. She was Irish, but she had this IRA versus the UK shirt. I think she was in the IRA or supported the IRA, but it had all the bomb sites on the back. So I had to hork that too. Fell asleep, almost missed it. Suji, I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. What's up, Moose Knuckle? The coolest fucking name, Moose Knuckle. I think so. Oh, I'm definitely going to dress like a criminal. Yeah, I did. I did see that freak out. My buddy, Night God, Kyle, his name's Kyle, he covered it. And he really thinks that it really happened. I don't know. I know that she was drinking, but she was awful freaked out. She didn't look too inebriated. I know Kyle was like all about it because I think he thought she was pretty sexy, but I don't know. I'm you know. But my thing is, why didn't she get arrested and like smashed on the ground, right? I hear you, Elizabeth. I hear that. A Bigfoot connection, Mr. Rollins? Yeah, I think well, a buddy of mine, who's a researcher, Ronald Murphy, had a experience with Dogman and orbs. People have spotted Bigfoot with orbs. I'm not a pompous channel, so I don't say save. I save that for those channels. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I think there is a connection, 100%, my friend. They did stall the flight. But I agree with you, Mr. Rollins. There is, because my friend Ronald Murphy Jr., who is a researcher, he was out in the woods one night and he was hiking through, and he kept like spotting these like orbs off in the distance, and they rocking steady. Just kidding. So he kept spotting these orbs off in the distance, and all of a sudden he got on like this weird bridge, and there was a dogman in front of him on the other side of the bridge, and his camera and shit ended up stopping, not working anymore, and he turned around, but the orbs guided him out of the woods, which was strange as well. MJ Bates, you're only 35 minutes late, and you're never late. At least you're here, right? At least you're here. What if the flight attendant was something else? I agree. I don't think. I don't know if it was a shapeshifter. It probably, if it was anything, it'd be a reptilian, right? Right? Absolutely. We all made it. No one's late. At least you're here. Yeah, but T-Bolt took all his stuff down, I guess. So what's up, Will? Hey, Eunice, how are you? See an orb pick with a dog head inside. Oh, that's crazy, Squatching Hood. Thank you, Max Collins, for all the support, man. Ginger Beard, what's going on? Yeah, I assume I'm like imagining, like, when you see those like weird shape shifting things, that's probably what she saw. I don't know if T-Bolt's okay. She's probably at home, Julian, or she's underground in the Denver airport. Sounds good, Will. Sounds good. So, fashionably late for nothing. Fuck you. That's right. Opening the Bentley, baby. Massabe in the Great Poupon. T-Wave, what's going on? Dude, the video did claiming he was sane because she was bothering him. I'd love to go to the Denver airport. I would truly love to go and just check it out. I know there was a YouTuber there who like does like explorations. Mothman 46, how are you? And he tried to get like to the tunnels, but they busted him, but they were really cool about it. So I'm not sure, but I would love to go to the Denver airport. You want to hear something crazy? I've only been on one airplane my entire life, and I don't remember it. Like I was too young to remember it. What's up, TW? Pamela, how are you? Artwork on walls is really dark. Yeah, I heard that. Did you get my Bigfoot post? ATD. I don't know what ATD means. Hey, Nina, how are you? Nick Hendricks, how are you? Guys, Mellow Yellow, greatest soda besides Coca-Cola. I've heard that, Bart. Yeah, that's why I was just saying that YouTuber was trying to get down into there. Did I get your postcard? No, I didn't get your postcard, MJ. I got your card that for my dad though. Jolt was pretty good. That was a Donovan song. They call it Mellow Yellow. Soda free for 7 years. I bet you there is. I bet you there is. I bet you $100. Oh man, yeah. Did you just send it out, MJ? Because it might not have been here yet. It might not have come yet. What's up, Rhonda? How are you? Volt, Jolt or Volt? I don't remember Volt soda, but I remember Jolt. Jolt was like, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Nina. I'm hot. Because of the medicine change, I've been getting hot flashes, like I'm going through menopause. My dad's doing well. Took a few steps the other day, and gotta get comfy. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Surge was good. I can't drink Surge, but I told a story once before. I was hungover when I was a kid. My family, one of my cousins got married, and I was like 16. And I'm going to a bar. Somehow I got into a bar, and all of a sudden I was shit faced before because we were at like the Knights of Columbus at like the after party, and then we went to a bar. I'm 16. I remember dancing with this lady who was like 30, and I think my mom almost beat her up, but I think I gave her my watch for some reason. I don't know why. I woke up, my watch was gone, and my mom was pissed at me the next day, and I was super hungover. And we went to Price Chopper, but I was thirsty, so I started chugging Surge. Ooh, wrong answer. I am going through menopause. No, Nina, definitely not. I don't consider myself hot. Better than a kidney. Dollar General had Jolt. Holy shit. Never tried that, Gina. If you want to drink something wonderful, Gina Polster, try some chicory. Fucking chicory is wonderful. Thank you, Janie. Thank you for blessing me. Peeking through my curtains? Well, that'd be hard because I'm on the second floor. Max Collins. Does Dogman like Megadeth? I think Dogman is more of an Iron Maiden fan because Bruce Dickinson always tells a good story with his songs. The hair's growing back. What do y'all think of it? It's finally growing back after I fucking cut it, man. So happy to have some hair back. Maiden's awesome. Death Angel was good too. Holy shit. I forgot all about Death Angel. Thanks, Willie. My hair was longer, Bart. I miss it. Jesus, Jane. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Jane. Zeppelin was good. Zeppelin was really good, but I mean, when we're talking about metal, Zeppelin isn't metal. Zeppelin is great rock. But hang on, I gotta let Tigger out. He wants to leave. All right, go on. Go on, Fetty. Zeppelin was like awesome rock. Jimmy Page, amazing guitarist. But like for metal, like Maiden was great. I went to school. I don't know. Do you guys remember a band? Have you guys ever heard of a metal band called Skinless? I bet you do, Joe. I bet you do. I know. I love Moose Knuckles' name. What's up, Brian Cook? How are you? There's a band called Skinless, and I went to school with 4 of the original members. They are probably one of the most hardest metal bands. They remind me of a band called Obituary, which was awesome. You're outside my window? Caden, be careful. Because you might scare my daughter and she'll pop you with her 22 Magnum single shot right in the dick. I like Bieber. Justin Bieber's pretty awesome. I'm just kidding. Guar was great. That Antarctica tour was amazing. The Real Mackenzies. Never heard of them. I'm doing well, Brian. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. What's up, Mr. Billy Blue 69? No, not like circumcised, but in some of their songs they did talk about circumcision and stuff like that. They're a very vile band. Deep Purple was great. I think Deep Purple was better than, what was that guy's name? Coverdale in his other band, White Snake. Deep Purple was better than his second band, White Snake, I think. Amy Grant and Keith. I was raised on everything. I mean, I loved Prince. I still love Prince. Prince is fucking awesome. Prince was probably one of the greatest guitar players in the world. Thanks, Mr. Billy Blue. I appreciate that. Creed. Oh, Lord. That's like Nickelback. That's like the worst concert to ever go to would be going to a Nickelback concert and Creed opening. Can you imagine that? That'd be fucking worst show ever. Aldanova, good band. Real good band. Who was Aldanova? That was who was the members in Aldanova, Joe? Van Halen before Sammy Hagar. That was the real Van Halen. Wanger. No one likes Wanger. Fucking Kip Wanger. Ha ha! Frank Zappa and the Mother of Inventions. They were great. Steve Vai used to play with them. Mr. Bungle's my favorite band. My favorite singer of all time is Mike Patton. I have I have the original cassette from like the Metal Edge magazine. Love Mike Patton. Absolutely, he is the king. I love Phantomas. I love Peeping Tom with him in it. Peeping Tom, that album. I wish they did more albums. That's all right, Mr. Billy Blue. Just keep it PG, all right, brother? Just keep it PG and not PC, PG. My favorite guitarist? Probably Steve Vai, or that there's a new band that Chino from Deftones just did a song with. He's pretty awesome too. I forgot who the band is, but Andy Davis, Soundgarden was awesome. Do you guys remember a band called Mother Love Bone? They were like my favorite band growing up. Like when I was growing up, I loved Jane's Addiction and Mother Love Bone. Holy shit, man. Mother Love Bone was the greatest. The lead singer OD'd. It was terrible. Avery, yes, I do talk to Victor. I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks. Vanilla Fudge. Wow, I forgot all about that band. Holy cow, Letitia. Yes. Mother Love Bone, a great band though. That Chloe. Oh God. Perry Farrell. Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction. Andy Wood from Mother Love Bone. They had a band before Mother Love Bone. There was a band. Okay, so here, check this out. Malfunction was the first band. And then it went to Mother Love Bone. Then Mother Love Bone, when Andy Wood died, they became Pearl Jam. Yeah. That's how Pearl Jam formed. Exactly. But their first band was called Malfunction, like MALFUNKSHUN. Amazing band. If you guys can ever like Google it or YouTube it, Malfunction, greatest band. Ocean. Malfunction Ocean is the coolest song. One of my favorite songs. I'd play it right now, but YouTube will hit me with a copyright strike right up the poop shoe. Alice in Chains is a great band. Great band. Alice in Chains, absolutely. Vanilla Ice is pretty good. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back on a brand new mission. My favorite Deftones song? Around the Fur. The cover that they do, any cover they've done of Weezer. Anything off of White Pony. I don't know. I don't have a favorite Deftones song. All their songs are amazing. You know it, Wolf Song, too. I know it too well. I have not heard that, SKM. The only mission Vanilla Ice is on is getting hung off a banister by Suge Knight. You're going to sign your song over to me, boy, or I'm going to prison peg you. I listen to underground rap. Yeah. Vanilla Ice is no Bobby Shmurda. I heard John Denver was like a CIA operative, or he was like some mega sniper or something like that. Did anyone ever hear that? Two Live Crew is great. Me so horny. Oh, me so horny. Me love you long time. Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop was awesome. Not Iggy Pop, Robert Sharp. Iggy Pop. Just teasing. Yellow Wolf is all right. No, actually, John Denver was a sniper in Vietnam. I do believe so. Let's Google that shit. Google always knows the hose. John Denver, sniper? Did John Denver serve as a U.S. sniper in the Army? John Denver was a U.S. sniper in Vietnam. Jeff, you are hot for sure, but what makes you hotter is how hard you work. Thank you, hippie. I appreciate that. I really do. My face just got red. I get embarrassed easily. Like blood for blood, E-Town, concrete. Mad Ball, Dogman. That's why I don't mess with John. John Denver will shoot your nut right off back in the day. He'll be on a helicopter like this. Ding! John LaPlume. I think I remember the CIA operative on the 70s show, but there was a or Love Connection. But that was they also had Ted Bundy was on Love Connection or some shit like that. Whew. Godsmack was decent. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do appreciate that. I'm feeling a little better, but the adverse effects to my medication are, and I'm losing weight. I'm really losing, I've lost about 10 pounds in a month, which is weird because I never lost weight. I know you're drinking, Mr. Billy Blue. I know you're drinking. All right. How about a Black Eyed Kid song? Y'all want to hear a Black Eyed Kid song? Or song? What the fuck is wrong with me? You guys want to hear a Black Eyed Encounter, please? Yes? Black Eyed Encounter? All right, here we go. Our incident took place in January of 2017. We had just moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico. My wife and I were newlyweds from a small community in the Midwest. Being Native American and new to living in the city, I would answer the door without giving it a second thought. Never again. There were several loud knocks at 6 in the morning, which was unusual, and it should have dawned on me to be cautious. My wife and I had been getting ready for work and pretty regular routine. The moment I opened the door, I was feeling a strange rush of fear and foreboding. There was this teenage boy standing there, average height and build, with a black leather coat, black hair, and sunglasses. The sunglasses at 6 a.m. was what struck me as odd. Then I noticed he was eating a pear. He simply asked if he could come in and warm up. I said, sorry, but no, and closed the door and slid the security chain. A few minutes later, another knock. I opened the door now. I opened the chained door now, and before I could speak, he asked again if he could warm up and come in and warm up. I said no, and attempted to close the door. Before the door could shut, he put his hand out and abruptly stopped the door, as if he had no issue with getting his fingers smashed against the frame. He looked at me, still wearing his sunglasses, and said, "Can I at least get something to wipe my hands?" I said, "Get the hell out of here. My wife is calling the cops." He smiled, lowered his sunglasses, revealing his eyes as black and shiny, and said, "No, you won't be calling anyone." At that moment, I forced the door closed, locked it, and called out to my wife. She was totally freaked out by this time and hiding in the bedroom. I ripped the curtains back to look out the window next to the door, and he was gone. Absolutely no trace of him. I go out to the patio and check the gate. It's still latched from the inside. I look down the street and nothing. I then look down again and nothing, except a half-eaten pear on the sidewalk. Just reading real quick. What are melon heads? I think the melon heads are either aliens or a crawler. That's just my own interpretation of them. Yeah, it was pretty creepy. I don't like black-eyed kids. They scare the bejesuses out of me. All right. Melonhead, yeah, the Melonheads are in Connecticut. Is anyone from Missouri here right now? And I'm yes, please send me your experience. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Anna McKay, Anna McKee. Damn, I'm sweating right now. Going through the menopause. All right, so here we go. I saw something a few years ago, but I couldn't really explain what it was, and my ex-husband could not either. It definitely was not any kind of animal either of us had ever seen, but when we stopped and turned around, it was gone. Just took it as something we couldn't explain and never really thought about too much of it. It was probably 8 feet tall, kind of dark gray with a little brown in it. And it had kind of a mane, like a lion's mane, but shorter hair on its body and legs. It was walking upright on its back legs, but once we got close to it in our car, it got down to all fours and took off extremely fast. We slowed down, stopped, turned around immediately, and drove back a few times, trying to see what it was, but it was completely gone or hiding. We never saw it. It was close to 11 years ago. It was right before dark. It looked like it was coming out of the woods towards a lake. No odd smells or sounds. It was summertime, probably July or August. We had the windows up because the AC was on. I'm not saying what I saw was a Dogman or a Bigfoot. My ex and I both saw something neither of us had ever seen before. I can't explain it. I spent a lot of time in the woods, and that was definitely the first. I now live approximately a half a mile from where this sighting took place. Thanks, Real Bigfoot. I appreciate that. Damn it. I had to keep the sweat off my forehead. Whew. Jeff, do you or holistic? I do drink a lot of tea. I do some Reiki every once in a while when I can get in touch with the person that does it, and some other stuff. AC is on. It's just the medication that is just making me really hot. I'm inside, I'm hot, but I don't have a temperature. Sorry if I'm bothering you guys. Autistic Mim, how are you? Thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. Lone Star Lady, how are you? What's a melonhead? Okay, a melonhead is a small creature spotted in Connecticut, Massachusetts, East Coast region. Almost looks like a crawler, but with a bulbous head. So picture a crawler in an alien's love child. There's a couple of different what's that Kentucky, the Hopkins goblin, or Hopkins, it happened in Kentucky, the Hopkins goblin. Angela Joe, thank you so much. Holy shit, I appreciate that. I really do. Wow, thank you. Not like Gollum, but with a big bulbous head. Pretty much there, if you Google them, they are there. There's a couple of experiences about them, and they remind me very much so of the Kentucky Hopkins goblin experience, where the family had like a shootout outside of their house with these things. I'm not really sure, Robert, but I know they're in a swamped area in Connecticut, and Massachusetts. Jane, am I right in what I'm saying or no? Nikola Tesla, how are you? Yes, yeah, it is close to it. Jeff has Victor talked about. Yes, he did, Nick Hendricks. Jeff, you do live stream on Wednesday night. I did. John Cougar Melonhead. Yes, I did do a stream or out of the blue live stream on Wednesday. Just kind of, I don't know why. I couldn't sleep. I was hot, irritated. Mr. Billy Blue, what are you sorry for? You're not doing anything. You're PG, bro. How was your trip up here, Monty? Was it good? Phew. My glasses are fogging up. I'm so fucking hot. Damn. Gotta change them. These ones are dirty. I'll just put these back on. Yeah, I got a wife beater on under this. Where are Dogman in Texas? I'm in Andy, Dogmen are everywhere. Or no, who asked that? Lone Star Lady. Dogmen are everywhere. They are nomadic. So like you might have a Dogman in your area tonight and tomorrow night not. It's very strange. I will do PR for you when I'm there and spread your word. Nina, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. Max Collins, thank you so much. Is this live? Yes, this is live. This is live, Mrs. Walter White. Nina, if you could do me a favor and get me an English pound, I'll pay you if you send me one. Because I like collecting coins from different locations. That could be. They could be reptoids, the Hopkins goblins. It is Saturday Nightmares live in New York with Jeff Nadolny and the Dogman fam. Baby. Jeff said live pound. 30 miles from the LBL. Any good stories out of the Blue Ridge Mountains? Quite a few. I don't have any on me right now, and I can't remember them off the top of my head because I've got over 2,000 videos with like 5 stories per video. So we're talking 10,000 videos. We are funnier than Saturday. We have a better crowd than Saturday Night Live. I just need a live band periodically, which would be freaking sick. Yeah, Saturday Night Live has sucked for a long time. The Dogman Kazoo Band. That's great. Come on, Kelly Lewis. You can sing for us a little bit. I haven't had anything new out of the LBL in a while. The only thing I've had new out of the LBL is a personal attack. Well, Mrs. Walter White, I'm glad. I'm so glad. Thanks, RH. There has not been Dogman UK, man, out of Scotland. This is a strange case. I covered it. Actually, you want to hear something crazy? So when that lady was attacked in Scotland, so I'm gonna share the story with you guys for you guys who never heard of it. About a year and a half ago, not this past winter, but the winter past, a lady in Scotland was driving and she pulled over and had, for some reason, her car broke down. She called for a car service. Now, unlike America, if you call a car service in the United Kingdom, they will put women ahead of men, which is amazing because that's awesome. That's what they should do. For some reason, this lady called the car service, but ended up going out of her car and getting torn apart in this field. And they blamed it on badger and fox. Ironically enough, I was interviewing a lady at the same time. I was talking to a woman from Scotland at the same time who had Dogman experiences on her property. And her property was like 4 or 5 miles away from this lady where she ended up disappearing. And it was just a very strange experience. TX Jackal, thank you so much. Thank you. She did have that cloaked picture. Absolutely. TW Bickwell, yes, he was actually, Buddy walked in right when I started it. Tell us more about personal attack. I want to know who. No, I can't have you troll the person. I don't know. I don't want to start a war with the person, so I just kind of want to let it die. I just know that if a person is capable of lying about something like that, what else are they lying about? You know what I mean? Yeah, I did make a video in memory of Claudia Ackley. What's up, Kiwi? One thing I will share. a subscriber had started it though. A subscriber had started it by sending a picture to this person, and then they took a screenshot about me not believing their encounter. And then the subscriber made a comment and said, I feel bad for starting this. But you said you did debunk the person, and you can't debunk somebody without meeting them. And I'm like, I can prove that someone's lying if I don't meet them. And then they're like, and I find it hard to believe that someone has your same name. And I Googled their name, and I sent them like 6 different links to someone that had their same name. Like and they used the word disingenuous. And I almost wanted to beat the hell out of this person and that person. But yes, Jeff from Georgia, they are. That's about all I'll say on that. That's about all. I know if I do see this person at a convention, though, I'll probably kick him in the dick. And that's about it. George Coker, curious, how is Victor able to open up with no repercussions? Victor was able to open up because he was allowed to share certain things. He never shared anything he was not allowed to share. And if someone asked him a question that he wasn't capable of answering, he would say, I can't answer that. Fort Lewis does have a lot of experiences around it. You're absolutely right. Angela Jones, any of the videos that you guys have watched that are recent are old experiences that I shared. He has not been on the show in a long time. I just have so many new subs because when Victor came on the show, I only had like 10,000 subscribers. And I figured I got so many more people. Let's just share a bunch of his encounters. And that's what I did. The closest Dogman report I've heard is Lake, 37 miles north of me. We heard about anything in Putnam County in Oklahoma. We have Bigfoot here. I know there's been 2 attacks. Adam Matthews. Oh my fucking Lord. Adam Matthews. Comment of the night right there. Anyway, back to Melody. I know there's been 2 attacks in Oklahoma that are Dogman related, that I think are Dogman related, excuse me. I know they're nomadic, so I don't know what you got in your area, but I do know that there is always, if you live by woods, there's always chance of something being in there. I just have to look at Adam Matthews' comment again. Jesus Christ, that's amazing. Hey, Carla, how are you? I thought it was crazy he came out before, bro. Yeah, it was weird. And it was crazy that he picked my channel too. And it was kind of, I don't know. I'm shot so fast across the road like a black ghost. Bears are pretty thick. Control Alt Delete. Good morning, Control Alt Delete. How are you? And thank you for your nice comment the other day. I caught that and I did give you a heart and I said thank you. Jeff, can you get a map and put encounters? If I did get a map of America and I pinned all of my subscriber encounters on there, I'd have to like get a really big map. Maybe someday I'll hire somebody to sit down with and get all of my encounters together and do that. But that's a good idea. I made it on Wednesday night. I talked a little bit about something that I want to do. And for those of you that didn't catch it, I'm just going to share it now. Hang on a second. Yo, no, what's up? I wish Victor would be my date. Okay, so I'm decided, since I've been doing on camera a lot more. Miss Horse Whispers, how are you? Since I've been doing on camera a lot more, I've always done it, but I've always, gone back to not doing it. I decided because I do have like a YouTube idol. I have a person that I look up to, and it's John Allen, Mr. Ballin, and he's really inspiration for me. And I like how he does the background behind him. So I decided that I'm gonna sink some money into doing a green screen behind me, and that way, not in my room but downstairs. And that way I have like woods behind me or something like that, just to kind of like bump the channel up a little bit. Bart, yeah, I've heard of a lot of those encounters in Afghanistan. Thanks, Control Alt Delete. I appreciate that. Do you think Dogman had a perimeter around the girl that went missing to make sure the creatures didn't harm her? I do, MS. I do. That, yes. I think more or less he or it just kind of protected her. You know what I mean? Maybe like a crackling or something, just something different every once in a while. Because I just want the channel to, I want it to be special. I don't want to be like the average, I want to have like still do what I do, but I want you guys to be like, oh, this is great. Tell us more about Claudia Ackley. Claudia Ackley, well, the upload that I put out was her interview. I can tell you that Claudia Ackley was one of the sweetest people I'd ever met. She had a very big heart. I got to meet Josh Gates. I spoke to Josh Gates on the phone because of her. I almost had an opportunity of speaking to Mr. Patterson, but he's got dementia. I don't know. I can't. It's just too hard for me. Thanks, Quinn. I appreciate it. That would be cool. That would be cool, Brian. When I saw that she had passed away, because I have notifications set for news like attacks and the community as a whole, Bigfoot, whatever. And I woke up that morning and I checked my phone as we all do, and I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, I cannot believe she's gone. It was crazy. Thanks, William Menendez. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. Drunk as a skunk, we still live. Yes, we are live, Zach Hill. Aussie Lana, yes. Claudia Ackley, no, she passed away of a heart attack. She had a lot of health issues. Sandhoff, he's my best friend, pretty much. He is my best friend, Dark Waters. James, I love James. He's been nothing but respectful to me, and I wish nothing but the best for him. No, she died of a heart attack, and she was very ill. She had a lot of health issues. And I saw some comments where people were like, maybe the government did it, maybe this, maybe that. But no, she was really sick. She had been in the hospital. She'd been hospitalized for a while. Just really bad. So. No, definitely not, Sonia. Definitely not. I'm not sure. I probably 300, I think. Brendan, thank you so much. I'm feeling a little better. People are probably gonna get sick of hearing this. My medication's causing some crappy shit going on, but all right. Thank you for asking. Lots of heart attacks going on lately. Actually, when I read it, I instantly thought back to the Border Patrol agent and how one of the Border Patrol agents had a heart attack, and I was like, oh shit. So Andy Davis, that's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you. On my walk home, a dog walked up to me and spoke to me in a demonic voice. That's crazy, Yono. Some Jimmy Johns. Max Collins, thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Nikola Tesla, you're absolutely right. You know, there are only 47 likes. No, I have 169 likes that I'm seeing. All right, y'all are getting in the shower with me. All right, I guess we're all getting in the shower with Charlie Knight. Charlie, if you drop the soap and you feel something, it was not me, I promise you. I'm telling you who it might be, though. It was probably, well, I'm not going to tell you who it was, but it might be Rockin' Steady. Just kidding, Rockin' Steady. Just kidding. Oh, let's see what I got for. Ooh, I got a good one for y'all. Rockin' Steady. Use a little soap next time, all right? Make it a little slippery. Little slippery. But just make sure it don't go in the pee hole, because y'all know how soap in the pee hole feels. No, I haven't seen Pups. I know she had a headache, though. Damn, alligator horse, that's crazy. Yes, it hurts. When Joe Michaela, thank you so much. Joe, thank you. I appreciate that. When you do videos, can you just record yourself while telling the encounter because it feels more personal? I do. That's what I do. Big gun. Yes, you did, alligator. Max Collins, thank you. All right, so check this out. This is actually, I stumbled upon this encounter and I immediately thought about, found that not only do they use other encounters to further themselves, but they use the made up movie plot. Oh, that sucks, Jamie. So I thought water is not a lubricant. Jesus Christ. What is going on? What is going on here? No, Chris. No Chris Rideout. No new anything on Victor, my friend. So anyway, I found this experience. I thought about you guys, and I was like, this is going to be a good one. All right. Let me preface this with the fact my family has been in the Ozarks of Missouri and Arkansas since before the Civil War. It is a weird and wonderful place with a lot of characters living in it. We're very rarely scared running through these woods, but it's probably due to the fact that we know the weird woods and the oddballs who live in them. Our version of the missing 411 is some Yahoo got drunk on green whiskey and passed out under a tree for a day after leaving the bootleg still set up in a cave. Yes, an elderly woman was arrested a couple years ago for running a moonshine operation. Meth changed a lot of people here, but even if you run into somebody cooking in the woods, wet weather, creek beds, Mountain Dew are their favorite. Just greet them and continue on your way because they'll be gone in a half a day. In the early 80s, my brother, Steve, age 16, went to the northern Missouri flatland with his best friend Mike to visit his relatives who were farmers. We grew up to be rather independent. Driving a car at 12 was the status quo amongst country kids. So aside from being required to go to church, we were pretty much allowed to do what we wanted. And it sounds like it was no different for them there. They had a lot of fun goofing around, great stories of what they did, but one sticks out. Late one night, they were in my brother's old hot rod Mustang driving down a long straightaway on a narrow dirt road, farm country. We live in the Rocky Hills. When the road became very tight, one lane with a fence line was overgrown with trees. There were canopy road overhead. It can be odd to see overgrown roads in that area because fertile flat land is a precious commodity. He said they were creeping along because they didn't want to run into a dead end with a fence and tear up the car. Along the lane, they passed a drive with a chained up wire hog panel as a gate. In the moonlight, they could see an old two-story farmhouse that had collapsed in on itself with a traditional big barn beside it, looking like it was going to do the same. There wasn't a pole light, and most people keep around only the moonlight. They continued on as the road seemed to get even more overgrown, talking about whether they should attempt to back up the half a mile to the farm's driveway and turn around. Finally, they could see ahead that the road opened up to some sort of clearing, and as soon as they pulled into it, the road suddenly ended at the old iron gate with a makeshift sign reading cemetery. They were at an old graveyard. By this time, they had spooked themselves out. They were somewhat lost and had just creeped down an overgrown road to end up in a graveyard in the middle of the night. Steve managed to turn the car around and head back, going a little more quickly than before. As they started nearing the driveway to a rundown farm, they could just make out something very tall and glowing white in the driveway of the old place. As the headlights hit the drive and the apparition, they realized it was ghostly white, giant, old man around 7'4", standing by the side of the road, wearing old pants, no shoes, just calmly waving at them still. No light but the moon. They hightailed it out of there, and they both could have cared less if he scratched the car or not. He told us this over 30 years ago, and I've never forgotten it. TK Jackal. You love my shirt? It's double RL. Hey Liz, how are you? Thank you for joining us. No, he was 7'4", 7'4". This one's good. What's up, Dave? Oh, Desert, you're good. You're good. Johnny Strong makes his own knives? Oh shit, I gotta get one of those. Dude, he's my favorite, my favorite actor is Johnny Strong. Well, I guess my favorite action actor. Pleased to meet you. Here's a cute little song I can sing. I can dance. I have a mustache in my pants. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, I got to see Sounds of Freedom. All right. I shared this on Wednesday, but we got 232 people. So, what's up, Shannon? How are you? All right, here we go. So, I'll try to make this relatively short. So, I'm not one for believing too much in cryptid lore. Never had an encounter before or anything like that, but my partner and I live on the border of upstate New York, not far from the Whitehall Bigfoot area. One night, my partner was taking out the garbage and came back inside startled. I mean, very shook up. They said they had seen a creature that looked like maybe a fox or a coyote, but it had then stood on its hind legs, so they booked it back inside. Fast forward a month or so later, I'm outside on the porch smoking a cigarette, enjoying the stars under a crystal clear sky. We had a small plot next to our house that had a tow behind landscaping trailer permanently parked on it, about 20-ish feet away from the house. After a while of standing outside, I got the sudden and intense feeling like something was watching me. Just that primal feeling of danger. It should be noted, like most people up there, I'm usually carrying a gun. Coyote and bear are fairly common up here, so I kind of do the four corner check in my surroundings. When I looked over to that trailer, I saw that there was something the size of a large dog lying in the grass. Mind you, it was a clear night with not quite a full moon. The grass was uncut long, but not like a meadow. If I had to estimate, I'd say 7 to 9 inches high, so I had a pretty good view of this thing. Now I know never to approach a random animal bedding down at night, so I kind of just watched it for a second. Even in the light of the moon, its outline was pitch black, blacker than anything I'd ever seen before, unnaturally contrasted against the ground it laid on. Then it looks up with these piercing red eyes. I think, oh, WTF, and put my hand on my revolver. I ain't about to be coyote food. And then it stood up. It stood on its hind legs. The only way I can describe the legs of it were like a goat human hybrid from the Narnia movie, but with the torso of a hybrid man and canine. It was taller than I was, and I'm 6'1". It didn't even need to take a step. I flicked whatever was left of my ciggy and ran back inside, locked and bolted it, and spent the rest of the night wondering what the hell I saw. Now, I'll admit, I am a religious man, but that thing did not fit the description of any jinn I have ever heard of. It's to this day one of the few things in my life I can't explain. We installed security cameras since, but now the lot is under construction and we haven't seen it since. I don't know what I saw that night truly, but I intend to find out one way or another. I want to go into the forest near the plot and look for signs. Sounds like a Dogman to me. Have you ever heard anything about Hexam headstones and the wolf-head related issues with them? Very interesting indeed. I did Control Alt Delete. There's there was some weird kind of legend, or not legend, but like urban whatever that I read a while ago. I'll figure it out and share it maybe next Saturday. A jewel, Zach Hill, just a jewel. Suji, who are you talking about? Family member? I hope they're okay. Because I have an autoimmune disorder and it's nothing to play with. Yes, I'm 10. Yep. And it's spelled Juul. Ooh, Zach, that's not anything good. Yeah, I was diagnosed with PNH 11 years ago. I agree with you that we do have some sort of relationship with these creatures. I don't know if they're maybe I said this in an upload that I did the other day about maybe they were here before us or with us to protect us, whatever comes out of portals and stuff, who knows? When am I going to host a get together event? I don't know, but if I ever do, I'm not going to charge for it. I'll only, if I do charge, it'll be like to pay for the area that we do it in. But I don't want to, I don't want to make money off of it. Hey, Catherine, how are you? You're not late. You're still here. That's all that matters. I think mankind's nature broke off. Camping get together would be cool. Jeff Kahn. Yeah, that'd be fun. Phew. I'd probably do it like maybe in like Pennsylvania. That'd be cool because that'd be like just south of me, and I think people could get there fairly easy. Alligator horse, have a good night. Stay safe, please. Yeah, just to cover the food. Well, I would have vendors come in, and that way people could buy their own food, you know what I mean? Like I would just make sure vendors would, be reasonable and shit like that. Cuz it'd be fun, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want to make money off of it. What's the most frightening experience of your life? Max Collins, thanks, brother. In regards to the paranormal. All right, so I've shared this before, but I'll share it again. Skateboarder going by at fucking 142. So my most frightening experience that I ever had happened besides my Dogman experience and what just recently happened up where I was at where Tom Mezek disappeared. And I've shared this before, so if you guys have heard it, I apologize. But anyway, I was the youngest out of my family. My cousins were all older than me. I grew up on a farm. It was an auction farm. And we would, throw hay in the summer, just bust our ass. And then at the end of the night in the summer, we'd all hang out in the barn and just hang out, play Ouija board. So we did this for like months on end. We were playing with a Ouija. And this is before the computer, before anything. And I remember it saying OZ, OZ, OZ. So, like, if you guys are familiar, the Zozo thing, this was before all of that. And we thought it was saying like Ozzy. So we were being dickheads and joking, Ozzy, Ozzy, ho, ho, and not knowing anything about Zozo and this and that. So fall comes, we're still playing with the Ouija. We were getting really deep into it, I mean, we were kids. We were wearing like Slayer t-shirts, Metallica t-shirts. We thought we were badasses. We're just a bunch of fucking idiot hillbilly kids. And So I'd say in October, the cornfields were getting cut down. We're playing one night and it's cold out. And we still had to hay the cows and stuff like that. So there's like this little trap thing that my cousins would boost me up into the hayloft and I'd drop a bale of hay down. So we're just doing the thing. It was my cousin Mel, my cousin John, and our friend Nick, myself. Now, we didn't notice this, or we didn't put, did you guys see the car go by? We didn't put it together at the time, but where we would play Ouija, this 1 litter of piglets had died. And my older cousin put blood on the Ouija board from the piglet. And so we were all playing. All of a sudden, it tells us we're going to die. We're going to see the hounds of hell. Just a bunch of random bad shit. So we stopped playing with it. We saw there was a broken window and we had put plastic over it, or my great uncle put plastic over it. And it looked like a demon's face was in there. And we saw this like face. We were like, oh, we're fucking done. And we just went about watering everything because we're set. We're gonna go to bed. We're just gonna go hang out. And so my cousins boosted me up the little hole. I was up there for like minutes. Not even. I remember getting boosted up and I'm looking because I heard something weird. And I heard this noise from the back of the hayloft. And I look and I saw a figure like come running at me. But it was like a silhouette of a figure. And I dropped down the hole and I hit the concrete hard. I remember my elbow had swelled up. And my cousin said they saw a hand. Now, when I got up, we all fucking left the barn. It said we were going to see the Hounds of Hell that night and this and that. My cousins had seen the Hound of Hell. They had a nightmare. Anyway, it said we were all going to die. Now, I was diagnosed with a terminal illness. Both of my cousins are dead now. And the other person that was with us is mentally and emotionally dead, living in like LA. I think he lives in like a homeless shelter out there. And it was crazy. Oh, Joe, that's crazy. Yeah, War Angel, I'm sorry for that's crazy. War Angel was telling her story at the same time I was telling mine. That's crazy though. Holy shit. But anyway, it was just really crazy because my cousin JR, right after that, he died like 2 years later. And he was 2 years older than me. So he was like 18 and he died of cancer really quick. My cousin, who was like my brother, he was crushed under a tractor trailer. And it was just bad. It was bullshit. I think it was definitely a dog man. Definitely what we saw in the woods was a dog man. Yes, I remember Victor, Mr. Billy Blue. And I had went back to the farm about a year ago with my with some like ghost hunting equipment, and I got some really weird vibes there. Nothing does come good, Terry Pete. Nothing does. You're absolutely right. Thanks, Storm Zombie. Yeah, Jane. Me too. Me too. Susie Smith, you like that? Yeah, it is a weird area. Very weird area. I had never heard of Silver City or anything like that. And when I looked into it, as I was talking to JR, I looked into the cliff dwellings and the like pictures in there that they have, and I was like, dude, that place is no good. Hey, Rhonda Wolf, how are you? I'm glad you showed up tonight. Andy Davis, dude, I am so sorry. No, I don't. I didn't get one this week. I'm sorry. There is no way, Andy, you can email me, or do you have a Facebook that you can hit me on Messenger? 7mm, definitely a hell of a round. Jeff from Georgia. Maybe Bigfoot. Mr. Billy Blue's rocking out with some Deep Purple, rocking out with his cock out. Have you been back to? No, I have not been back. Jamie, I've been sick, so I haven't been up to where Tom Mezek disappeared. I hope that I can get up there in the near future. I got to buy some trail cams. I want to get at least 2. So that sounds good, Terry Pete. I can't wait to hear it. I have a plan. So where I was last time when I was narrating that encounter in that tree blasted apart and I saw whatever the hell it was, I'm going to put a trail cam in that area, but I'm going to lay slabs of bacon on one of the rocks up there and see if that will attract anything. Hopefully it does. Yeah, there's definitely something in the woods. Jeff, you emailed me when you were up there, Tom? I didn't get it. I'm not, I'm definitely not using salary. Donna, have a great night. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate that. God bless you. George Cocker, no, or Coker, no, I have not, but I will look into that. Corpsewood Manor. Corpsewood Manor. All right, Tom or Monty, I can't wait to hear it. Oh God, sorry guys, I gotta look like a fucking wife beater right now. I'm sorry. Donna, thank you so much. What's up, IE Native? Gower House in Kentucky is another one. Nah, I don't want to do it in the LBL. I'd rather do it somewhere else. I don't have any muscles, Suze. Andy, come on now. You got a dollar bill to slap in the old drawers? No, I have not, Sherry. I have not. And I don't want to talk about that because last time I did, something weird happened. $2 bill, y'all. I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you. Mr. Billy Blue, I love you too. Let me see what I got here for another encounter. Aramac, thank you. I will. I usually have people send it to my house, but I don't want to put my email on, or I don't want to put my mailing address online right here. Otherwise I'd give it to Andy right here. Thanks, Willie. I hope you don't mind me calling you Willie, William Mendez, but that's your nickname, Willie. Yes, Sherry. Okay, so what happened was I had been using the Michigan guy is really nice, actually. I'll just tell you that right now. I did talk to him. But he works with TikTok and stuff, and he copyrighted his videos. And I got hit with like a bunch of copyright strikes. So that's why I haven't talked about it too much or done anything with it. But super nice guy. I'm probably going to interview him soon. But I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do anything because I don't want to jeopardize my channel. But he is super nice guy. All right, here we go. War Angel, I'm not sure. I haven't really been looking out too much or anything. I haven't seen anything outside of my house for a while. He seems legit, to be honest with you. I don't know though. Just we texted back and forth for a little bit. He's a nice guy. But other than that, I don't know. I did tell him to try different things and stuff like that. But you know, he's doing his own thing, you know. Here we go. Andy's going to bed? What? GN Andy? Who's going to bed? All right. All right, here we go. I recently moved to California, a small town next to Mount Shasta, for work. I'm an avid hiker and I love exploring, so naturally, a couple of days back, I decided to go hiking the mountain on one of my days off. I'm not entirely sure why, but I decided to drive my car very deep into the forest, surrounded the base of the mountain, as far as the dirt road would allow me to. It was around 3 p.m. with a very clear sky, so I was very confident in enjoying the scenery as I got out of my car and I started my hike, heading closer to the mountain. At first, it was your regular everyday hike, lots of birds and squirrels around, the smell of nature that fills your lungs as you walk across the terrain. It wasn't until I reached a small dried up river that I noticed something was off. As I stopped to look at a dried up river and take pictures, I noticed that it was very strangely quiet. No birds chirping, no signs of squirrels or any other animal. And even the sound of the wind you hear when you're on a mountain seemed to be completely gone. At the time, I thought it was just an odd coincidence, and I started walking alongside a river. But as I kept walking and being able to only hear my own footsteps, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Not the kind of feeling that makes you think someone is outside of your window watching you. The kind of feeling that makes you feel multiple people or things are observing your every movement. I've never had that kind of feeling in my life while hiking, but what happened after made me completely forget about the feeling. I suddenly started to hear something out of nowhere that sounded like an angelic humming, or maybe a song with no lyrics. But it also sounded strangely electric, like the sound a telephone line makes. It wasn't very loud, but enough to make me look in the direction where it was coming from. I looked to the other side of the dried up river that had multiple trees and other foliage to see someone or something staring directly at me. It almost looked like a ghost, with it looking completely white, but this thing was very clearly there. It almost looked like it was wearing a robe, but I couldn't see any feet, hands, or face, although it did have an ovular head. However, I could feel it staring straight at me, almost as if it was trying to remember every detail. Even from far away, I could tell that its entire body was a very weird texture, almost like porcelain, but if porcelain was a silky fabric. It was very obviously not a human. I was very understandably in complete shock and terror, frozen in place, kind of scary. We both looked at each other for what felt like forever, but was 20 to 30 seconds. I very, very slowly started walking backward. I don't think I took more than 2 steps when it tilted its head as if it was curious or even surprised at what I was doing. All the while, I could still hear that electric, angelic humming, and I swear it got a little louder when I took those steps back. When I turned my head to look behind me to make sure the way was clear so I could run, the song suddenly stopped abruptly without a warning. This shocked me, and when I turned back to look at the thing, it was gone, no sign of it anywhere. As soon as I saw that it had disappeared, I ran as fast as I could, following that path I took back. Even after it had disappeared and while I was running, I could still feel like I was being watched from all sides. I almost tripped a few times and as fast as I was going. When I got to my car, sounds of animals and the mountain wind suddenly came back, but I was still scared out of my mind. I drove as fast as I could away from that mountain. I've never had anything paranormal happen to me in the past, and I honestly always been very skeptical of stuff like this. But this experience has left me questioning a lot of things. I don't think I want to go back to Mount Shasta. I even had nightmares about the experience. I'm not even sure what I saw or what to call it. Definitely a crawler. Yeah, I read that one. Yeah, Brother Gas, maybe. JR said he saw 3 jump on the Dogman, but there were 2 that came out, dragging it back in. Buddy, come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Huh? Want to say hi to everybody? Whoa, you fat fucker. Oh, buddy. Look how big he is. Oh, boy. You're a good boy. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. What? Huh? What? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Yeah. All right. Get down. Oh. He just side-eyed y'all. What size saddle does he wear? Large one. Dude, the other day. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate that. Thank you for blessing me. The other day he had like something was wrong with his eye, and it was so weird because lately he's been talking a lot. He's been like just chirping and shit. And so when his eye was like almost shut, I think he had scratched it or something. But he acted like a baby all night. It was so weird. No, Kevin, he's a Maine Coon cat. Are dogmen being used by the government as weapons? As far as I know, William, yes. Rochelle wants you to take the wife beater off. Yeah, a squeegee. Have you ever heard from the guy who had to leave his family? God, how horrifying. Aaron, that is actually out of Dulce, New Mexico, and I never talked to him personally. That's just an experience that is out there, and he's died. He died actually. Pay per view, Jeff. Pay per view for what? What are we doing? Pay per view. I don't watch Chris Farley. I'm not a big fan of Down by the River. That's the best I can do. New Mexico as a child, as an adult, I always thought it was a skinwalker, but now I'm wondering if it was a crawler. Interesting, Susie. Susie, could you type that out for me and send that to me? Because I'd like to hear that. I really would. I'm not taking my wife beater off, Nina. Simmer down now. I'll be like, what's that guy? Two-turn Tony? I'll be like, and I just bought this with the old cock money. No, she was saying, I don't know why, because she wanted me to take my. No, Charlie, he was talking about the guy who left his wife and kids in Dulce. Is that who you were talking about, Aaron? In Dulce? The gentleman who left his wife and kids? Oh, the North Dakota kid. No, I haven't heard anything from him. Thank you, Pat's Corner. I appreciate that. Dude, I got a text, or not a text, a comment. And it's crazy because I never ever thought about this, but it makes me think more about my theory that I have. This kid reached out to me and he asked how, because I have 7 years sober, and he said that, like, he's been fighting with his addiction. He OD'd a couple of days ago. He's a subscriber here. And he asked how I gained recovery, and I was just like, holy shit. Like, he said I help him cope with it, and I was like, dude, email me please so I can talk to you. But I really think that these creatures, I really think they can sense, like, if you have like a depression or some kind of mental illness, or you battle addiction, I really think that they somehow know this. Slay, I got hot. I took off my shirt. You remind me of Con Air with the beat. It's what I wear under my undershirt. It's an undershirt. I don't wear it like outside. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Where are you going? Where are you guys going, Suze? Hitch a ride. I want to hitch a ride. We're selling an SUV, go buy an old van. Oh, Costa Rica. Oh, you're going to Costa Rica, Suze? No shit. That's awesome. Yeah, be careful going to Costa Rica because it's like a third world country. I'm not, I don't know. You're retiring at 43? Holy shit. I wish I could retire. Um, John, man, keep the fight up, brother. Really keep it up because it's. I've had a couple of Dogman encounters in Puerto Rico. Yes. Exactly, Jane. Exactly. John, if you ever need to talk or anything, just hit me up. My email, if you need my email and you need someone to talk to, I will email you back. I don't I Good luck, Daryl. Melody, have a good week. I'll see you next week. Vang, congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Caden. It's John, if you gotta like I'm on the Suboxone program and I'm not ashamed to say that. Um you can, do that. Find a good doctor, find a good clinic to talk to, not some shady, shitty clinic, but someone that you trust. And, just go for broke with it because my life has changed 100%. Exactly, Mr. Rollins. Yeah, yeah. Elisa, I agree. It's a miracle drug, I think. It really is. Like I'm in excruciating pain all the time anyway. So, you know, it helps with the pain, it helps with maintaining um just, you know, Brian Cook. Slay, exactly. Knowledge P, what do you mean what happened? Jeff, is Dark Waters a Dogman researcher? Yes, yes and no. I'd say yes. But he's obsessed with the paranormal like myself. Suze, you got a G wagon? Yeah, Cheryl Lee Goth Barbie. I mean, I've said that on the channel like 2 years ago that maybe they were part of like Dulce experiment, but I don't know. I have a hard time with mediums and stuff like that on channels. It just, I don't know. I think it's weird. I found something that actually made my cravings for heroin unbearable. About 6 weeks I'm in. John, did you go 24 hours without? Hey, Joy, how are you? Alzilla Guru Master. See what I mean? Like, listen, here's something I want you guys to think about right here. Look how many people are in the comment section talking about addiction. Okay. Now, out of those people that are talking about addiction, how many people have had an encounter? That's something's weird with that, right? Something is weird. I think these creatures know, like for 100%, that they fucking sense it and they prey off of us. The strip. I'm on the strip. I mean, does that make sense, or am I just thinking like? Kathy, what's your daughter's name? Dana, he was just here. He's sleeping right on my floor right now. Amber Hayes, how are you? Thank you for joining the live stream. I hope you're having fun. Joe Michaela, do you have the book? You found the book? You found the book? Like the book, the physical book? Well, what do you want for it? I will do whatever you want. I will lick your toes. Where did you find the book, Joe? And what do you want for the book? Email me. Email me, please, Joe. I'll flex for you. I haven't seen Libra in a while, actually. I got to email her and make sure she's all right. Chris Coast to Coast, Flatliners did have some sort of critter encounter. You're right. You're right. Some toe licking. Yes, she found it, and I get it first. No one else gets it except me. I get it first. Ugh. What's up, Chris? How are you? Bought the book we were talking about. You have the book, Kathy? Oh, shut up. Tigger was laying on my shirt, and I had to grab it, and he got fucking mad. Yes, he did. He did, Charlie. Yes, the Catherine Cross headstone. I made a video about that a couple years back. Dr. Pepper and root beer for me. Mellow yellow, baby. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sanhoff. Actually, today, that's so funny that you said that, San, because today when I was getting dressed this morning, I had white boxers on and my wife beater, and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, you look like your fucking grandfather. He's 4, John. Go on. Get. Ugh. I had to let him out. Andy, be careful, brother. Be careful. Never drank no Tahitian soda. Diet Coke is dangerous. What's up, Desio? Desio? DCO? Dude, have you guys seen, I probably asked this before, that movie, fuck, what is it called? Something, the something about the high desert on Amazon. Hang on a second. I got about 1,000 people texting me. Yeah, the sequel. Is it the High Desert? Something High Desert? Amazon movie, Something High Desert. Horror in the High Desert. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. I farted. Horror in the high. But it's fake found footage, Charlie. It's a fake movie, but it's a fucking awesome movie. It's a wonderful movie. Liger. Is Rockin' Steady still here? Rockin' Steady, are you still in here? Dodgers kicked the Angels' ass tonight. Fucking 5-10. Holy shit. Yeah, Charlie. It's an awesome movie, though. Awesome movie. I bought the Illumina wand after listening to 2-hour podcasts about how it works. What is that? The anal Emma wand? What is the anal Emma wand, Suze? Suze, what is the anal Emma wand? Dodgers all the way, bro. Sabrina, oh really? And the Rougarou, that's cool. Yeah, definitely. So my buddy that he made that short movie, and what's that, NVTV was using his footage saying it was a real Dogman, and it was actually his movie that he made. He and I are going to make a documentary together pretty soon. Well, hopefully. I don't know. Who's gorgeous, Dana? Me? Just kidding. Gargoyle movie. Yeah, the ghillie suit guy. Yeah, so it's not a ghillie suit, but we're gonna make a documentary about Dogman and encounters, because he's really good with film, with cameras, and I'm going to share my research. Absolutely, Terry Pete. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, Charlie, we're good friends. He did not make that for NVTV. He made it as a movie, as a short movie, and NVTV found it and used it and said it was real. Yeah, it looks like a ghillie suit. Yes. Savage Lunatic, I did not, but if you email me, I'll give you my address so you can send me any kind of paperwork or whatever. It is, Charlie. It's crazy. Jeff, have you ever seen a clear video of a Dogman? Maybe from a private person. The only clear video I've ever seen, and I shared it here, is Kirk Stokes' video. That's about it. Victor hunts with a 400 Win Mag. I'm sorry, Terry Pete. No. Yes. That he makes himself. I was actually, I was given by Tony Ramore, the creator of the SOCOM, the 458 SOCOM. He created the gun. He gifted me a complete upper of the 458 SOCOM. Swamp Thing was awesome. Where do you buy the twirling ammo for your 9mm? It's TUI. It's Tumble Upon Impact, and it's Fort Scott Munitions. Not ammunitions, but Fort Scott Munitions, Sonia. Just Google that, and they have a website, and you can buy it right off of there. Little Horse Reynolds, I appreciate that, but Dark Waters is awesome too. I don't know, Bear Creek. I don't know. I just go to Fort Scott and get it there. I think my next firearm I buy will be a Springfield M1A SOCOM. Gray Fox, yeah, I've had an encounter. I'm probably one of the very few people on YouTube that have had an encounter. Savage Lunatic, no, I said no P.O. box. If you email me, I'll give you my address. I don't have a P.O. box, brother. Well, Tony Ramore created the SOCOM 458 for the troops, so he could just take the top. You could take your upper and put it on your 556. Yeah, M1 Grand, but it's the M1A SOCOM. It's Springfield, but it's a smaller version. It's a 16.5-inch barrel instead of a Citizen Defender. Citizen Defender. Is it a movie? Joe Michaela, I got your email. Thank you. Mr. Billy Blue, yes, I am. I'm a gun guy. Okay. I like Ruger for my revolver. I like Ruger pistols for some reason. People say I'm weird for it, but I think that Ruger pistols are great. That's what I thought. Aramac. Yeah, I was young when I started shooting. Savage, lunatic, I answered you. I don't have a P.O. box, brother. I answered you. I don't know if you didn't hear me. I said if you needed to get in touch with me, Savage Lunatic, just email me and I'll give you my address, brother. And good night. I had a water gun that turned into a pistol. Love you too, Billy Blue. Love you too, baby. Cowboy Five Strings, what's going on? Andy, you okay? All right. Larry, holy shit. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Are you going to be free tomorrow, Larry? Because I'm going to text you, and if you, probably around 1 in the afternoon, because I wanted to talk to you about the new medicine they put me on. Because I keep having like hot flashes and shit. Thank you so much. All right, guys, really quick. Gray the Fox have never heard my encounter, so I'm gonna share my encounter really quick. If you guys get mad at me, please let me know. But a person has not heard it. So Gray the Fox, it was 1994, and I live in the Adirondacks, which is in upstate New York. I don't live in Western New York. I live in upstate. And I was with my friend Gabe, who was driving a car, my best friend Martin at the time, my girlfriend, and his girlfriend, Martin's girlfriend. We were in a cul-de-sac, so it was like a U, and there was houses that were getting built. And there was like 6 houses on the inside of the cul-de-sac. So the woods, were their backyard. Now, when they came and built the cul-de-sac, what they did was they just destroyed, they cut all the trees down and they pushed all the shit into the woods. So there was just a lot of debris back there. So we're just driving, we're hanging out in this cul-de-sac. We weren't drinking, we weren't doing drugs, we were just smoking cigarettes. I was trying to get laid, and all of a sudden, we were listening to Biohazard, of course, one of the greatest New York hardcore bands ever created. And we heard this like kind of howl scream, and instantly the girls are like, "Vampire?" We have no idea why they said vampire, but that's what they said. What's up, Dean Ferguson? And the girls jumped in the car. Now, my buddy Gabe, who was driving the car, was still sitting in the driver's side, turned the music down. I'm standing in front of the passenger side headlight, like watching these eye shines coming through the woods, which were about 3 feet off the ground to about 6 or 7 feet off the ground, multiple. My friend Martin, who is Czechoslovakian, is like, "Jiff, get in the car, bitch." Grabs me, pulls me into the car. I was curious. I wasn't brave. I was just like, what the hell is going on? So we take off, and he's in, like, my friend Gabe had a land yacht. It was a Caprice Classic. It was just this big fucking baby blue land yacht. I think when he turned the key, like the sails popped up. But when we drove out, he hit the stop sign. He stops at the stop sign, and we turned to go home or back into town. And we all looked over, and there was this Dogman standing in the woods or on the tree line right there staring at us. It didn't look like Van Housing. It didn't look like that. It was very slender, but you could tell it was very muscular. It had a snout, but it wasn't like a wolf-like snout, and long ears. We ended up pulling out and jetting home. The next day, my buddy and Martin and I go back, and we are looking around. The contractor yells at us, like, he goes, "Get the F out of here. What are you guys doing?" Yada, yada, yada. And my buddy goes, "I'm looking for my dog." And he goes, "Oh man, you lost your dog? That's crazy. The night before last, we heard a bunch of dogs out in the woods fighting when we were closing up, buttoning up everything." And I looked at my friend because how crazy everything was. Years go by, and we hadn't talked to my friend Gabe in 20 years. I hadn't seen the driver of the car for 20 years. He just stopped talking to us after that night. And all of a sudden, I run into him, and I'm like, "Hey, do you remember that night?" And he goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, what happened? Why did you act like that?" He said that when he was in the car before we heard the howl scream, he had seen two dog-like creatures cross the road on all fours going into the woods behind us. So if we had stayed and not left, those two that were behind us and whatever was in front of us would have just crushed us. So after that day, I was obsessed with Dogman, Bigfoot. I was obsessed with the paranormal since I was a little kid because of my family and who they are anyway. But it was just, So that's my encounter. And yes, I said pull out. My ex is so ugly. When he goes into the woods, Bigfoot takes pictures of him. I completely understand, Gray the Fox. Completely understand. John Doe, yes, I have actually. There's supposedly a connection between, supposedly there's a race of dogmen, alien-like creatures, but there was an encounter in Florida that supposedly this teenager or teenagers saw a UFO land, and supposedly these dog-like creatures came out. Nikola Tesla, I'd say at least 8. There was at least 8 in the woods that night. Whatever was behind us, but what was in front of us, I believe there was like 6. I'd say there were 6 by the eye shine. Jeff, you recon Dogman be used by every government or just Yankee Town? I don't know what that means. RH. I don't know what that means. Sorry. My spirit animal is the wolf. My spirit animal, what would my spirit animal be? My spirit animal would be Tigger. Robert Sharp, have a wonderful night, my friend. Be good. Don't let your meat loaf. Don't let your meat loaf. You know, Larry, that's a decent weapon. But here's how when I like think of my firearms and what I want for firearms, and this is just something that I live by because my dad told me this. So what I do when I buy a firearm is I think, okay, like the 350 Legend is a great round. The 458 SOCOM is an amazing round. I probably wouldn't own one if it wasn't given to me by Tony Remore, to be honest with you. But my dad taught me as a young guy, a young kid, that with firearms, you buy what is readily accessible to you, like a 9mm, 223 556, 308, shotguns. Because if anything ever goes down and the world just hits the fan, and let's say we have to forage for shit, like let's say the world we had a solar, like whatever, and it knocked out the electricity and people fucking died, right? And I had to go and I was surviving and I had to, take care of my kids and I ran out of ammunition. Houses are more apt to have 12 gauge, 9mm, 556, 223, 308s, 3030, so you gotta, like, that's how I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Sandhoff, have a good night. Wait, you're not going to bed, are you? Nina's going to bed. Nina, have a good night. It was awesome hanging out with you tonight. I just got done sharpening a hunting knife for you. I will send it to you with a blessing by a Randall Kennedy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love knives. 4570 government is a great round. Thanks, Andy. No, I've never done any shooting competitions. I'm a good shot. I'm not the best shot, but I'm a good shot. I remember last time I'm a member of a range here. I pay like $100 a year to be a member, which is not bad at all. If you don't, I mean, if you think about it, I can go shooting every day if I want. But I was shooting there one night and I have two AR-15s. I have a Stag and I have a SIG M400 tread. And I was shooting my M400 and I had my Black Spider optics on my AR, and there was a state trooper there, and he's like, "What are you doing over there?" Da, 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 da. And I was blasting the shit out of this thing, and I'm like, and he looked at my target, and he goes, "You're the kind of people that we worry about." He goes, "You know how to shoot," and I had green tips in at the time. I don't know why I was wasting green tips, but I did. Thank you, Max Collins. I appreciate that. Have any of you guys seen those cold trace bullets? They make cold tracers now. Damn it. Fucking hot again. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting hot again. Whew. Why do you think Dogman with human-styled legs? Do you think they're a different species? Gray the Fox. On my channel, in my channel alone, we refer to a dogman or a dogman-like creature that has human-like legs, a shorter muzzle, and no tail. We call them werewolves. The only thing that can shapeshift that I believe in is a skinwalker or a Native American shapeshifter. Werewolves on my channel don't shapeshift. They look like a completely, like what I just described, human-like legs, no tail. And Mr. Shekelneck, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. God bless you. Holy shit. Thank you. Larry, you guys have blessed me. Awesome. So much. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Anyway, they have shorter muzzles. I don't know. They're not related to a Dogman. They're a different species, all in all. I have a guy that's works for the government. He says he does. I believe him because I've had a lot of crazy shit happen. He sent me some I've gotten weird emails and stuff like that. I know you're new to the channel, so but that's what we call werewolves here. UK werewolves are different than America. Yeah, a little bit, I'd say. Exactly, Max Collins. And I've shared those emails, and like you can't get a .gov email address. How are they different? I just shared that, how they're different. They have different legs. They don't have a tail. They have a shorter muzzle. A werewolf is smarter than a Dogman. Supposedly they can vocalize. They're almost as strong as a Bigfoot. And I think that's what, because there's an old reference. I heard this from my great uncle who lives in Hogansburg on the reservation in New York. That there was a time where these creatures walked hand in hand with us over the land bridge in Alaska from Russia and shit like that. Jenny Williams, have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess they're a little different. Like Old Stinker doesn't really resemble anything like our Dogman here. I think the werewolf could easily, I'm agreeing with Larry on that one. The werewolf does a double, like a fucking Kimura and shit like that. They're definitely badass. Dude, my house is like 60 degrees and I'm still sweating. It's so crazy. Sounds like one of my ex-girlfriends. That's fucking funny. Suze, have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate that. It was nice having you here. DL Hemingway, have a wonderful night, man. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. My cat, he's coming in right now. I just called him. All right, guys. It's like 2:48. We're going to stay probably for 10 more minutes, and then we'll end the live stream. I'm I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end the live stream with hang on. Damian Bloodstone, what's up? I think a 308. Personally, my own belief is that if you're a good enough shot, you can kill anything with, any kind of round. I mean, not an elephant with like a 22, but if you're a good enough shot, I mean, fuck you. My personal belief is if I have a 5.56 NATO green tip in my AR-15 and I'm propped up somewhere and I can take a fucking shot at one of these creatures and I have the ability to peg it, I think I could take it out. But that's my own opinion. Larry, I definitely will give you a call, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I just said, Bart. Exactly. All right, so we're gonna end this live stream with this encounter right here. This happened on Thursday, and I've been looking for a place to share this experience. And I don't know if this is the right place too, but where it took place, 34 degrees, 12 by 43 north, 116 degrees, 5549 west. I totally under it. San Bernardino National Forest is where this took place. So if any of you guys are from San Bernardino, and I know a few of you are, this is where it took place. Who's going to bed, T. Neal or Janie? Jane, are you going to bed? All right, so okay, I totally understand if no one believes this because we are still unsure of WTF happened. But we sat down and came to a consensus of the events. And we all agreed we witnessed the same thing. Me and three buddies were hiking Thursday and Friday in San Bernardino National Forest, various trails, mostly the known ones, and mostly during the day. Friday, we were making our way to Clark's Summit. As we were walking, one by one, we noticed that we were veering off the trail. I asked my friend in front of me why he was going off of the trail, and he asked our friend who was in front of him the same thing. The friend in front of him told us, I can hear a woman talking. You guys don't hear that? We didn't hear a thing. We tried to convince her to leave it be because it was already kind of dark and we were close to where we wanted to set camp up. The friend in front is a female and insisted that she heard something that sounded like a female calling out for help and that it sounded very close. So I think she felt inclined to investigate a possible female in distress, while we were totally okay with going about our business. Okay, I get a bit spooked out now because she's absolutely serious, and we absolutely could not hear whatever she was hearing. Here's where it gets weird. We only veered off the trail about 300 to 400 meters. Yet at one point we were completely lost. We don't have any fancy gear or GPS because we never really needed it. But we've been on this trail enough to know we hadn't gone far yet. We couldn't find the trail in any direction after walking for 15 to 20 minutes. I started to feel weird, kind of dizzy, lightheaded. And when I mentioned this to the other two, they said they felt weird as well. It was like something had changed the environment around us or moved us somehow to another location. I had no idea which way to go, and now it's fully dark. My female friend said the woman's voice had said, I'm over here, please help me. She said it sounded like she was hurt and crying. So here we are, somehow lost after only walking 20 minutes off of a large trail because my friend are hearing voices. We decided to stop walking in any direction because the last thing you want to do at night is to get even more lost. We had 2 tents and sleeping bags in our pack. So we found a clearing and set up. We figured once the sun was out, we'd easily find our way back to the trail. Before we could even lie down to rest, I noticed a tree near us was moving, as if something was climbing in it. It was very dark, and I wore glasses, so I really struggled to see. So I called my friends over to see. I thought it was an animal at first, but it was no animal. It wasn't anything. I could see an outline of what roughly looked like a human shape, but it was transparent. Like you could see the outline. The best way I can describe it is the way the heat waves look on the pavement in summer, that wavy liquid effect. They saw that as well. My male buddy said, WTF are we looking at, when he finally spotted it? They all said the same thing. It was transparent, but still visible due to the foliage around it being displaced and moving. We all just stood stone still, whispering theories back and forth as to what we thought we were seeing. I thought maybe it was some kind of optical illusion, but they both immediately jumped to aliens, of course. The thing just sat there, perched on a large branch 50 feet in the air. It's like it was watching us. The other oddity is that after staring at this thing for 10 minutes, we noticed all of the normal forest sounds we had heard prior completely stopped. I mean, the only noise was us talking and the leaves under our feet. The hairs on the back of my neck were standing straight up, and I had goosebumps all over when I realized this. Like something was truly wrong. After 10 minutes of us standing there, whatever this thing was started climbing up the tree even more until we couldn't see it anymore. We approached the base of the tree slowly and walked around in a circle with our necks craned up trying to see this thing. It was too dark, and the trees were too close for us to see the top. We didn't hear it jump to another tree, so we assumed that it was still up there. We were all too spooked, obviously, to camp right underneath it. Whatever it was, we gathered our crap and started walking toward the moon. I kid you not, after 5 minutes of walking, we were back on the trail. I literally dropped my bag and said WTF out loud. We stood there confused, looking around, trying to confirm what we were seeing. My buddy likes to joke and said maybe we walked through some hallucinogenic spores and had imagined all of this. I highly doubt that, but whatever happened, it seemed kind of, predatory, like it was something luring us or trying to confuse us. My friend still thinks we were messing with her about not hearing the woman cry. Was it the thing that we saw imitating the woman? How did we get lost on the trail? This was easily the weirdest thing I'd ever experienced. We still don't have a good theory as to what we saw. It may or not have been an alien, but whatever it was humanoid and 100% transparent somehow, and the ability to climb a really big tree with ease without making noise. Damn, I'm tired. All right, guys. I'm going to crash. Guys, thank you for joining me on this live stream for 3 hours. We did 3 hours tonight. I had a blast. I hope you guys did. Vang, have a great night, my friend. TW Joe, Sanhoff. Guys, you guys are the greatest. I really am blessed to have you guys as my friends. You guys are awesome. So thank you. Thank you for supporting me in this channel and just, I don't know. You guys make every fucking Saturday night special. And I will continue to do what I do for you guys. So thank you. All right. Love you guys and God bless. See ya.